course. That's whenever I went in the coal fields.
So that was after you got out of the service?
It was back in 51 or 52. I don't know which. I played music from the time I was 14 years old. I was nothing but a bluegrass man. Now I like country songs, don't get me wrong, but bluegrass was my favorite. And I still love bluegrass. I still got Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys. I still got Charlie Monroe. I still got Roy Acuff. I still got the Stanley Brothers. I got more stuff over in that cabinet than you can shake a stick at. Okay. Let me get up here where I can read it through my bifocals. Marvin R. Dickens of Hernshaw, West Virginia. Mine performance certificate. Run cutting machine, shot coal, clean belt lines, and you name it, I've done just about everything in there. I was a foreman and I was an electrician. So I know just about everything about a coal mines that needs to be known about. I worked for Oil Bay Norton, I worked for Bethlehem Steel, and I worked for Carbon Fuel, and I worked for Central Appalachian. I also worked for Madison Mine. So those companies did try to control their coal dust. See, look here at the coal dust. Look on top of them. Look at the top of it. What's that? That's nothing but black coal dust. It'll roll up. Look at that. Coal dust. Look at that. Coal dust.
What's this coal dust do to you?
Huh?
What's the coal dust coming over here? What's it do to you?
Well, you know, it's getting to where it causes you a little bit of a breathing problem. And I've already got coal dust in my lungs. And I've already got shortness of breath. But this is making it just as bad if I was still working in the coal fields. It used to come from right there. Now we're getting it in due to the belts and where they're stockpiling it down there, because you watch the flag and the wind is blowing right up this way and carrying it right over Sylvester. I had one mine inspector to come out here and stood on my deck. And he looked over there, and he watched over there. Then he went back up here on top of this mountain, he told me, on this side, and said he watched it, and said he could see the coal dust. To see us all move out of here so they could have the whole valley by themselves. Well, that's what they would like to see, because they have tried to buy most of us out. One of Massey's people come over here, and he wanted to buy me out. And I told him, don't let your shirt tail hit your butt when you go off on the hill, because it's not for sale. And he's never been back since. This was my great-great-great-grandpa's part of his plantation that he owned from the brook down there below Massey's to the riverbank. I meant to the creek right here.
He don't want to move.
Now this property over here, Massey's tying it up too now, because they're bringing a belt line through here and they're going in this mountain here for coal. And like I said, they're putting that belt line across right up there at Coons Holler. And that's what is going to tear down this side of the hill. They've done tore down that side of the hill, all the way from here to Blue Pennant, all the way from here to Printer, and before you know it, it'll be all the way into Mont Coal. It'll be all the way up this side here. They're going to tear it all down. If they're wanting to do so big, they're wanting to go so fast, but they won't try to do anything to cut down what they're putting on people to have to live in. It's nobody but the coal companies are doing it. The coal companies is one that's tearing it all up. And Massey is the main reason because he's in it for the fast money and he don't want to pay no money out to keep everything clear. And when I was working in the coal fields, and our coal, all of our coal mostly went out in a silo. We kept water on the belts. We kept water on that silo. I worked in the coal mines, like I've told you, for 26 and a half years. And out of them 26 and a half years, when we was fighting coal dust, we had 2 men that done nothing but run them belts, kept them water sprays open. We always kept our water sprays open on the miner. We always kept our water sprays open on the feeder. But out here, you can see the water flying at times, not all the time, just at times. But after a certain amount of time, if you don't keep your sprays open and stuff, naturally you're going to have coal dust because that coal is going to dry as it comes through the air and stuff. It's going to dry and you're going to have coal dust again. Because I look at it this way. If you're going to have a coal mine, you're going to have it in a community like this place is. I say they should control their dust to keep it off from the public. Now, that's as plain as I can give it to you. And when they're stalking coal down there and they ain't using no water, that wind picks that coal dust up and it just spreads it all over this town of Sylvester. The beat is what makes you understand your music. The beat is what makes you understand that working in the coal fields. You got a beat to everything that you're doing. If you ain't got a beat, you can't do it. And that's just the same way you are sitting there doing that. If you didn't have a beat to do it, you couldn't do it. You went in the mines and you loaded 16 tons. And I owe my soul to the company store. If you're working in the coal mines, the mine inspector said you can control the dust, or you're just working, wouldn't it? Why can't they control that right there? Well, I can't tell you much more than what I've done told you. The only thing I can tell you, I just worked in the coal fields. I know where the dust comes from. I know what causes the dust. But there is a way to control it. That's all I can say.